Yes, welcome back to the second stanza of the program, The Conversation, coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name remains Nelson Ekujimi, and I still have with me in the studio Peter Clever Para. Peter, thank you for being with us today again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. On this second stanza of the program, we want to look at the Nigerian Labour Congress directive to states affiliates that come December 1, states that are yet to put in place mechanisms for the implementation of the new national minimum wage should be ready for industrial showdown. And for us here, while we are very much in tune with the need for the state governments to ensure that they play their part with regards to implementing the new national minimum wage, we want to appeal to the NLC that that directing the states to embark on industrial disharmony is not the way forward on this matter. You recollect that in 2018, when former President Muhammadu Buhari signed the new national minimum wage to 30,000, as at May 29, 2023, when President Muhammadu Buhari was leaving office, over 26 states had defaulted in paying the then minimum wage. And even when that minimum wage bill was being debated, the Nigerian governors refused to be part. They said they cannot afford to pay it. But lo and behold, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he signed the new national minimum wage into law. I think that was in August, if I'm correct. And as we speak, from 30,000 to 70,000. Because of his economic reforms, over 15 states have come out to say, I'm paying above 70,000 now, which is the minimum. A state like Lagos said she's paying 85,000. Rivers said 85,000. I think Oyo is paying about 75 to 80. So we want to use this medium. My opinion on the conversation is that the NLC should sheath the sword of that threat and allow the states affiliates to report back on their negotiations with their state government. Because I'm aware that there was even some state governments who have given a 2 months grace to still be paying the wage award pending when they will conclude the negotiation for the new national minimum wage. Because I know that new national minimum wage has templates that have to be worked on. So I don't think it is appropriate for us to have industrial disharmony in these states because of the minimum wage negotiations, which is yet to be completed. So I want to appeal to the NLC to sheath their sword and allow their states branches to conclude negotiations and report back to them. What I would expect the NLC to do is to set up a monitoring committee at the national level to interface that what is the situation in your states. How are you people coping with the arrangement? Is it okay? Have you people arrived at the conclusion? So that we don't have a situation where a state will say, I'm going to pay 75,000 publicly, and in the course of negotiation, we'll be paying maybe 71,000. That will be misleading the public.
Actually, I can say, oh yeah, well, we plead with NLC. As much as I don't approve of the ways of the present NLC leadership,
yeah,
I would find it very strange that some states are deterring on implementing that minimum wage. I have my reasons. My reasons are this. Now, when you look at what the situation was in the past, presently, there is a vastly improved cash flow for states to implement this.
Absolutely.
Secondly, because of so many policies like inflation or devaluation of the currency, subsidy removal, that 70,000 naira is not even something to go write home about. Yeah. But these policies have made it very possible for the states to make more money
and be able to perform.
So why would they not pay? There is no reason why states should hold back these salaries. Paying them 30,000 naira at this stage is funny. It's ridiculous. And perhaps that was the reason.
It's even against the law as we
Yes,
speak. It's unconstitutional.
and that was the reason why that amount was reached. At least something that can keep workers going.
Yeah.
So I don't see why. Let the states that have not complied do so as soon as possible. But as you say, there should always be rooms for concessions, so that states can put their hands together. Whatever is the reason, making the states to deter as at present should be, maybe you widen the time you give them so that they comply. After which, definitely, if there's any other measure they will take to get it, let them do it, because I don't see any reason why states. Some states are still holding back on that minimum wage by this period.
Yes,
and I don't think it is in the intention or in the thinking of the president when he was doing all these negotiations and approving on this, that states would by now still be holding back, and they are getting a lot of money, as I said, as allocations every month. So why are they holding up the minimum wage? They should pay that.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't want to believe that the states, I'm not speaking for them.
Yeah.
It's just my own thinking.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that any state government that has the concern for the constitution, which talks about the welfare and well-being of the people, should at this stage withhold or embark on any act that will not make them no, it's unacceptable. We won't accept that.
Okay.
But what we are saying here is that the state branches of NLC, the Joint Negotiation Council, must ensure that they do everything within their power to conclude negotiations on time. And if there is any reason to shift, they should be able to relate back to the national body and say, look, we are having a fruitful deliberation. Please just give us.
The issue is that, is there any negotiation going on? All the states that have already started implementation, what negotiation went on?
No, Peter, it could be that those ones that have started implementing it, maybe even before now, they were even looking at that larger picture.
Okay.
And when we arrived there, but the way some of our people do things, it's just like when we talk about, just a minute, Peter.
It shouldn't take eternity.
Yeah, not eternity. No, yes. It's just like when we talk about
from August to November, you would have put up everything in place because this thing have been going before August.
Yes.
I mean, this negotiation have been going before August.
Yes.
Every other state would have prepared their minds. This is the thing. And as I said, luckily, they are getting more money now.
Absolutely.
To do all those things.
There's no reason for them not to be able to pay.
They should be stocking. Like we have already stated that in the beginning. We said NLC should exercise some patience so that there will be room for harmony. Let there be harmony, because there is the supposition that when workers are at their place of work, they are generating more revenue that will make it possible for them to be paid. So if you now disrupt the flow of work, that means the revenue, the motivation even will go down, the morale will still go down.
And the revenue also will suffer.
Let them exercise some patience. But then much of the onus falls on the governors.
Absolutely.
To speed, if like you say, 15 governors are already. What are the rest?
I don't know. I've not been
21 governors.
I don't know. I've not been appointed as their spokesperson.
Yes. What are the 21 other governors waiting for? Let them quickly do that, so that we will not have a situation where we relapse into a state of industrial disharmony again. Within this, let us see how we can address the larger problems facing Nigerians.
I agree with you absolutely. And from the conversation, we as much as we are appealing to the NLC to be a little bit patient, we also must call on the state governments that they should speed up the negotiations. And we call on the branches of NLC. We don't know who is responsible, because the state government alone cannot unilaterally fix those templates. It has to be a joint effort.
They force on the state governments to call on labor. This is what we have, and if there is another need for another negotiation, they do it there. It's the state government that will convoke the.
Yes, I know that. So
yeah.
we are just calling on them to speed up the negotiations so that we all will be at par with the provisions of the constitution. Because as we speak today, any employer of labor who is paying below 70,000 naira, which is the national minimum wage in Nigeria, is in breach of the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that includes private employers. So.
Absolutely, yes.
So who is implementing that? How are we implementing that one?
Well, I think the labor unions should take up that fight. It's not. Okay. So if as an individual,
if it is fightable.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we want to call it a wrap on today's edition of The Conversation. We've had a very beautiful conversation here in the studio, and I hope you have also enjoyed listening to us. Well, we want to take the conversation further. We'll discuss more as the days progress. Till we come your way again next time, please continue to watch The Conversation from TV 360 in Lagos, Nigeria. Have a great day. Bye-bye.